Hey guys, welcome to another action figure review from SCNS Live. I'm Jason the X, and I am dropping things over behind the camera. So that's always a good sign to start off. Now, okay, 80s and 90s babies unite, because this is the Sentinel Figures Samurai Troopers Rio figure. I don't know if Rio was his name on the show, but this is Ronin Warriors, and I loved this cartoon growing up. I had to get up super early in the morning to watch this thing. I think Sailor Moon came on after it, which was kind of that also made my love of Sailor Moon, these two shows. But man, they made figures back in the day. I had all of them. I don't know what happened to them. They're gone. They're just long gone. I know there was a line that came out a couple of years ago where it had like the shiny armor, and I think it was die-cast. But man, the aftermarket pricing on those makes me weep. Literally makes me weep. So, when Sentinel announced they were going to be making Samurai Troopers, or Ronin Warriors, I'm just going to refer to it as Ronin Warriors from now on, I knew I was in. I'm in for all of them. I'm in for the complete batch. Let me know when they are available, when I can buy them, and it will be bought. But this is the first one. This is Rio of the Wildfire, and this figure, okay, I'm not going to say it's perfect, but oh, it's close. Wow, it's close, and I really like it as a fan of the show. Some of this will be nostalgia, some of this will be me gushing, but otherwise, this is a good figure, and if you're a fan of Ronin Warriors or Samurai Troopers, definitely worth your time. Let's get into the review. So let's move the armor aside as it chills out, and there's one of the issues that I will get into when I get to the figure. Let's get Rio stripped down out of the way. So looking at the box that he comes in, it's a very nice box. You've got good presentation on it. We got Rio on the front of the package. I'm just going to get my camera up a little bit here. There's the armor sitting in the chair. Back this out a little bit. Oh, I think I need to get a new camera stand. On the side of the box, not much there, just some images, just a faint image of the figure, decked out in the armor. Same thing on the other side, but with no helmet on. On top, you have that symbol. On the bottom, you got lots of warnings and things that we're not really concerned with. Who cares? On the back of the box, you do have Rio without the helmet on, his double-bladed mode with the blades separate, with the mask on. So he does come with interchangeable faces, hands, and of course, the armor. But yeah, this is a great fig. I love it. I'm in. Price point on these is going to be about $100 bucks, maybe 120. So, getting a look at Rio and a look at the face. Come back a little bit, camera. It's a good camera, it just doesn't want to cooperate all the time. So here's the face that I have on Rio, and it's kind of a smiling, grinning face. But if you look, man, look at that 90s mullet and that hair just off to the side over here. Look around. The mullet, and the mullet is a separate piece. So yeah, you've got his shoulder, well, you got his basic armor. This is him basically without his Tao Jin armor on. I don't remember what the term was. It's been a while since I watched the show. But yeah, nice jointing on this guy, very clean white. I do have a red scratch on mine, but I'm pretty sure I did that. It did not come that way. I've got him with his gripping hands on. He does have 3 pairs of hands. There's some screws and some rivets on the back. Does look a little bit ugly, but it is the back of the figure. What do you want? He's got some, his waist is smaller than his hips, which looks weird, but I think it's integral for getting the armor on the figure. And you got the armor on the feet here. You got these little back spurs, whatever they were. I don't know what they were on the show. And you're actually going to be changing out his toes for this figure. So to change the face on this one, all you're going to do is take the hair off, remove the head, remove the face, and let's get him with his more serious expression on. And just place. So very figure arts, Figma style, head face change out. Not too, nothing too spectacular there. It is very sturdy. It does stay on. There is quite a bit of a line for the hair. Articulation wise on this guy, well, let's get into the other accessories that it comes with before we get into the armor. So you're going to have 4 different faces, actually 5, but one of them is on the armor. So you're going to get a screaming face, good for final attack or yelling for his armor to combine with him. You have the smirking face, which I just showed you. And you have one for, actually this is for the final attack, where the face guard comes over and it's screaming. And these are interchangeable with the helmet on or with the hair on, so you're going to use the same faces, so nothing special there. He does come with 2 sets of hands. As you can see, the armor on the hands and the forearms is removable. So the first thing you're going to come with is 2 open palm hands. There is a curved slot for the armor on the back of the hands for the hand guards. And he does come with 2 fists. And it's the same thing. You can plug the armor in onto the fist. I don't really use... I used it on some shots, which I'll show you later on, for the transformation sequence. Now, the one thing that I will say, and I'm okay with this, but the blade handles for the swords, they're fake. You do get 2 sword pieces, which you just plug the handles into. And these are very nice, very clean. I love the color on them. So you have that. And you do get his handle where the hilts are combined, or where the handles are combined for his final attack. And also you're going to plug the blades onto those. Now, each one of these is actually keyed. If you look, let's get that in there. So you can see there's a little divot here. It's kind of square at the bottom, then it's got an angle at the top, and the other side has that same thing. So you just plug the sword blades into there. And I'll go ahead and just put those on so you can see what that looks like for the for his final attack. So yeah, so you get that handle, and it's pretty easy to get him gripping this. I'll have some photos at the end. Well, it's a little difficult. You're gonna have to kind of twist this into the hands to get. And I don't really want to do it again because this is a pricey figure, and I'll show you on camera, but I'm gonna have to get the swords in there anyway. So back to the figure. Posability, and we're going to go into the posability twice because with the armor on, you don't lose a lot of posability. So, starting at the feet, you do get a toe. Goes all the way up. You do get an ankle joint that goes up and down. It does twist on a ball right there in the foot. And this part angles up and down. I mean, you can put this down if you want more stability for his poses. You don't really need to. There is a pin in the other side of the ball joint in the ankle, so you can get some articulation there. The legs will do a very, very nice double jointed knee. You've got a twist at the thigh. As far as hip articulation, can we do it? Can we do it? This is an expensive figure. Let's see. Oh, we are so close, but no, there is no full Van Damnation. It's just there. Now you can cheat. You can take this leg and you can do that. And that will give you full Van Damnation, but we had to twist the joint, so it doesn't truly count. Now he's got a ball joint at the lower part of his hips. Goes pretty far back. Goes about that far forward. Sideways. We are nailing it. There's some deep cuts there just to get him there. The top of the figure has that same ball joint. And like he can go all the way to the side. This is like some Spider-Man-esque. As far as front to back though, you're not going to get much out of the top. The neck does have a ball joint at the bottom, and it's got one at the top of the head. So you can get a real big quizzical. What are you talking about? So it goes back about that far. It is limited by his super mullet. You can take the mullet off and give him a. You know what? Let's update Rio. Okay, look, we can, okay. It just looks weird. I was like, we'll give him a haircut, but no. See, and as you can see, it's just a circle there. This sits loose. Sorry, buddy. I thought we were gonna give you a more modern hairstyle, but looks like no. And it is just a peg for the head. It's Not a ball joint, it's just a peg, but it's got a ball joint at the bottom. So you got a lot of movement in the neck. I spent too much time talking about this neck and his ridiculous mullet hair. The arms, very, very good articulation on the arms. You can see we can go all the way up. What we've got here is a ball joint in the shoulder. So we can go forward. So we don't just have butterfly joints. We can go up and down at this point. We can also have a universal joint here. It goes up about that far. So nailing the posability, that universal joint will go backward and forward. The armor does a really good job of getting out of the way too. It does not encumber anything. You got a twist at the bicep, double jointed elbows. Look at that, look at that. You got a peg on two sides of a ball joint, so you can twist this, get more articulation out of it. And as far as the hands, when you pop them off, they are just a small ball joint, small ball going into a hole, not a peg or anything. You just pop it in and there you go. Nice satisfying click. So anyway, getting Rio out of the way. We'll just put him over here for now. Let's go ahead and bring in the armor, which sits on this kind of, just a mannequin, a little mannequin, if you would. And it has a stool. So all of this is going to end up coming off of the mannequin to attach to Rio, of course. Now, to get Rio ready, what we're going to do is take the armor off of his hands and his forearms. So yes, transformation sequence. And you can exchange all of this armor onto the mannequin so you don't lose it. We're also going to take off his toes. We're going to amputate him a little bit here. He's got the frostbite. And now we can start removing the armor from the mannequin. Pop the toes off here. On this mannequin, it does have a little bit of articulation, not much to speak of. Excuse me, sorry. These shin guards, however, they are magnetic. They don't actually peg in. As you can see, there's a little lodestone right there. You just put it on. And I don't like that. I don't. It falls off a lot, but I understand that it's one of the parts of the figure that is going to be moving the most. So, yeah, I get it. So we just take that off there. Enough talking about it. Just take it off. We're going to remove the hand guards and the arm guards. A little sticky. Same thing. This one is slightly different from the other side. You can see this one's more just kind of a plain armor. This one actually has a little bit of a knuckle duster on the end of their 3-edge spikes, and they are sharp. Boy, they are sharp. Removing the other one. Come off of there. There we go. Oh, and also on Rio, we gotta take these off, and they are just on a little friction joint, as you can see. Just pop that off. Oops. Whacked the camera. All right, so back up here, we're going to take these pauldrons off. That's what those were. They're pauldrons. Why did I not say that for pauldrons? I'm dumb. All right, we'll take that off there. We can go ahead and remove the, we'll remove the helmet. Because for the helmet, we're going to have to take off the front plate and remove what this little blank with the face guard on it. So let's put the helmet back together for now. Getting back to the figure. For the waist armor, we got to take the front piece off. And as you can see, there's a little square hole, which is going to have these two rectangular pieces. They combine to make that square, and you're going to fit it over that. So same thing with the back. You want to get the side pauldrons out. I'm going to just rotate the blades a little bit and take that off. And same thing. The two pieces meet up, make a square, and you're going to plug that into it. So, and then it pretty much falls off by itself. And for the cigar, I'm just going to take this off. Just going to pop it off. Now the armor up, the chest armor is comprised of 4 pieces. You're going to pop this off. It's always good to end with putting it on, end with the front, and start with it taking it off. So you got that spot. And once again, 2 pieces of armor coming together to make something that slots into the other armor. On the back, same thing. So you got a slot back there, 2 pieces here. And after that's removed, I mean, these pretty much just fall out of the way. Now, as far as your dummy, you've got you've got bicep articulation. That's it. Oh, and you got his wrist swivel. His wrists do swivel. Nothing else moves on this thing. And we can just put it back here, out of the way. I'm not going to put the other armor on there. Oh, I need a drink of water or something. So anyway, back to Rio. Let's back this up a little bit. You can see exactly what I'm doing here. So, we're going to start putting on his foot pieces. And you got those nice spiked toes now for kicking somebody in the crotch. Because that would suck. That would so suck. Let's go ahead and get up top for the chest armor. Because this, you want to get this on first because the waist armor kind of goes over it. So, and it's a bit of a, I'm putting this on upside down. I'm looking right at it and I'm putting it upside down. I'm looking at the figure, not the camera that I'm shooting on. So you want to get it like that. Take the back piece, wherever I put it. There it is. Take that and make sure you line up these pieces here that we previously had. And just kind of, also you got a square that's going to go into where that nasty little screw hole is. I hate that screw hole. So there you go. And it's flush. That's how you know it's on there. Take the chest piece, go ahead and throw it on there. And once again, flush just like it was on the dummy. We're going to go ahead and take Rio's hair off. And his face. And the head. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and leave him headless for this. Now, the waist armor, you want that line, the side that's got the line on it, to be in the front. So, we put that on there. You put that on there, and it might be difficult. Actually, I nailed it the first time. To get those pieces locked in together. Same thing with the other side. Raise the side skirts a little bit. And take your back piece and plug it in. And once you get that in, now, well, actually wait until we get the front piece on. As you can see, it came apart just a little bit. But where is that piece? Where did I put there? Just so make sure that they're married up together and then just pop that on there. I find this part gets a little difficult just because it's like you're pressing, it's like you're, you've already attached the back, so come on, get on there. Get on there. There we go. So there you go. And then you can lower the side skirts a bit. Wait a second. Wait, is it on there? Is it on there? It wasn't on there, so. He said this was easy. I know I did, okay? I know I did. All right, let's try that again. Okay, I had it. There we go. So now we can bring the side skirts down. And that looks good. For the sake of argument, we can go ahead and just plug this on the back and leave that there. Let's go ahead and do the hand armor. So we got those pieces. Throw those on the front. On the back of his hands. Each side is actually keyed for that side. So this is actually the left side. So put that on there. Forearm armor. I can't wait for more of these. Like I said, I love this show. As far as the shoulder pauldrons, that design is going to be on the front. So you just want the same way we remove the white pauldrons. We just put that on there. And I love the way these kind of click into place because they're in there. And then you kind of push it down, kind of just line it up. I kind of like that effect. It's the secondary piece is in there. So you just click it in and then bring it down. Boom. And with that, we have a headless warrior. Now, I'm going to show you that piece. Hang on, just got to... And watch out for the foot spikes, because, man, they're sharp. Boy, they are sharp. So anyway, we're going to take the helmet piece here. Remove the front of it. And let's pick a head to go in there. We haven't done the screaming head, so go ahead and plug that one in. And then the headpiece. And that hair disappears. That's probably for the best. You've got a hole there onto that peg, and then you just plug it in. And Rio of the Wildfire is armored up and ready for battle. And man, look at this. We're going to get some close-ups of this figure. So just look at how this armor falls on him. Really moving out of my light area here. So I love how this armor looks on the figure. These pauldrons can be a little loose. And as you can see, this is why the figure was so skinny. You really wanted to get all of this armor on here. And man, when it's on here, it's just so clean and nice. I forgot the leg armor. So the leg armor. You just kind of put that on there and it just goes right on. Here, let me do that again. Sorry. So anyway, leg armor and just... That was very unspectacular. There you go. So now let's take a look at Rio of the Wildfire, fully armored up. And he looks good. He looks really, really good. I love this figure. I'm over the moon about this figure. Articulation. He maintains most of the same articulation. The legs, not really affected by the armor on there. You can still go all the way back on his legs. Can you get that partial almost Van Damnation with this leg armor on? Hang on, let's see. Get his arms out of the way. And bring up those skirt pieces. You're not losing any articulation at the leg. Now, you are going to lose something at the waist. It's just, you've got an extra piece on his torso, so you will lose a bit of that. Like, I can't go any further than here and side to side. So, yeah, you are going to lose some. As far as the arms, you've still got those universal joints. If you just manipulate the armor a little bit, you can still get it out of the way. Granted, it's touching his helmet now. But still, this is excellent. I love this fig. Now, for the, we're going to do one more head swap here with the full-on head mask, or the face guard. So I can show you the last things with the swords. Now, you can take these swords off of you can take the handles off and leave the scabbards on there. And this is how I'm going to be displaying him. He's never going to have the swords in there. He's always going to have them in his hands. Now, that's one issue that I will take. These shoulder pieces, they seem very loose. I might try to tighten that up a little bit later on with some a little floor polish or something. But another reviewer out there who actually reminded me to get this, D Amazing. Please go check out his review. It's so much better than mine. He pointed out that some of his shoulder pieces were loose too. I think it was his left one that was loose. So anyway, we're going to key these up and put them in. There you go. Now for the swords, really just want to be careful with this guy and just kind of, I usually like to work mine in like that. Get them down past the bottom of the hilt and then just twist them over. The hands will give, they're very sturdy, but they will give to let his swords in there. Oops, I popped off the hand doing that. So. And that will happen. A lot of this armor will give before it like breaks. So there you have Rio with both of his swords in his hands. Just trying to get him to stand there. Looks very good. Last, I'm going to pop these out and we're going to get his finisher blade out. Same thing, just pop them into both sides. And I was actually, you got so much possibility in this guy. You can get him holding the blade with both hands, as you'll see on those pictures at the end of the review. So there we go. Got it in his hand. Trying to get the scum forward. Joints are very nice on these. Let me see if I can just get him. No, I'm not gonna move it around too much here. Oop, see, and that's why I don't like the shin armor, because it just pops off very easily. So yeah, there's Rio with his double-bladed weapon. Looking very, very good. And everything is just being ruined. I don't think I popped this armor, or it's just very loose over here. But I can fix that. I've gotten a lot of play out of this figure, so just letting you all know. I've been messing with it. And there you go. Now, with all of his armor on, Rio does stand just over, right at about 6 inches tall. The horns go up a little bit further. So he's a little under 6 inches tall, but he is a teenage character, so it does kind of fit the aesthetic. Comparison-wise, here he is next to worthy Captain America Marvel Legends figure. And here he is next to a Figure Arts White Ranger. And yeah, you can tell this guy's meant more for a 6-inch scale. So yeah, he'll fit more in with that 6-inch level figure, or 6-inch figure. Okay, so final thoughts on the figure. This is a good figure. It is a little fiddly with all the armor and everything, trying to get it to stay on. And yeah, posing around, some of the armor is going to pop off. And it's a bit fiddly, but it doesn't feel cheap. Now, granted, you're paying quite a bit for this fig. This is a plus $100 figure. I got mine from Hobby Link Japan. I gotta say they were pretty good about getting it to me very, very quickly, all the way from Japan. Good shipping on it. Overall, I like the figure. I am in for this Sentinel line. Please give me more of the team and maybe the ultimate armor of Wildfire, or I forget what it was called. It's been a while. Maybe I'm gonna go watch some Ronin Warriors now just to get re-familiarized with this show that I did love. And this is a perfect nostalgia piece. 80s, 90s babies. Go spend your money. We're older, we have discretionary income now. This is a good figure. Definitely an 8 out of 10. I'll say a solid 8 out of 10 for this figure. All right, guys, I'm Jason the X. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. Watch all the crazy stuff we do. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.